here we are. Keep in mind, Clem did pull off a very, very aggressive 2-base push. The first wave was quite easily deflected, but the second one did punch a hole into Gerald's army, which he wasn't able to close. This is the comeback Frenchman. This is the Blue Terran. This is Clem. Top right hand side. From Poland, playing for Team Blazer, making an excellent best of 5 match here. He did beat Mana on the earlier stages. Okay, Mana might have been ill. Maybe his performance wasn't as good. But now he's here, on the edge of winning versus Clem, and making himself a grand finalist in SC2 Royal 3rd edition. It is Gerald for Team Blazer. And if you like what you just saw, and I really, really love that viewer count right now, almost 600 viewers watching, get more people in here, hit that follow button like your life is on the line. Thank you very much for watching. It would have been sad if any one of you would be missing right now, because like after those matches I feel like some of you, I really, really think about that. Some of you might try the stuff you've seen here in ladder by yourself. Like, hey, playing battlecruisers gegen Protoss doesn't look too bad. Clem plays that, so it's not that bad. We had a small delay on that CC of Clem. The probe did rush in there and blocked it a couple of times, but not too much of a delay. So the Reaper is killless and unhappy probably. Very nice wall here to block off potential. Yeah, Reaper is coming in from the side, so actually Clem is forced to go onto the main choke. Alright. Yeah, nothing special. It's a Widowmine drop. It's not like we haven't seen that today already. Wait, there's a Viking being introduced as well. Is Clem expecting a Stargate opening? Or is he playing something similar like last map? I feel like a TvT final would be really hard to watch for some of you. That one Hellion. Just casually killing 3 probes and getting out of there again. That's a value Hellion right now already. Alright. I don't know what's going on. For everybody wondering, we have a 2 minutes delay on stream. Just with this 11 thing is, oh my god. Well, at least we are having fun. A fun pause. But Gerald did that earlier as well. I once laddered versus a Terran. And we had a really, really long macro game, and he was like, pause please, I got a cramp. And I was like, what? You have a cramp? Yeah, my little finger on the right hand got a cramp. And then we actually stopped the game for like 5 minutes. That was some kind of the longest pause I ever experienced. There was a second one in a pro match, by the way, where Kung Fu Panda had to fight versus, I don't know, was it Guru? And Guru just said, hey, my military buddy is calling. I don't know the name. It wasn't Guru. I'm not sure. And so the game was stopped for literally 20 minutes, and he phoned his dude from the military, which he doesn't have a chance to actually. But still, quite a long pause. Nice move here. Gerald is locked out of the main of Clem. But those edits, they are not going anywhere. Yeah, free supply to warp in more stalkers for Gerald, isn't it? Nice. That was all on purpose, just to give that Terran a little bit of an experience. Hey, you're ahead, you're good. It's all a big plan, you know. Gerald is just losing units on purpose to make Clem think he's way more ahead, and when Clem pushes, he's walking right into Colossus. Alright, Colossus tech halfway done. I mean, robust. Extended Thermalance is quite crucial. Without it, Colossus deal damage, but their long-term survivability is limited, to put it in a fancy way. I'm really astonished by this observer. How? Alright. Clem was astonished too. Hey, there's an observer. Alright. Incoming! Push off the Terran. And that's a lot. Marauders are here as well with Concussive Shell, about to slow those Stalkers so they never get anywhere else. But Extended Permanence is almost finished. And that can be a really rough time for all of those Marines. But 3 tanks, that shall be enough of a counter. Zealot charge not completely finished. Ground weapons level 1 not even finished as well. I feel like Gerald needs to wait for those to finish. And he needs to charge as well. Meanwhile, Clem's third is very, very late. But if he gets cleaned up here, Gerald is on the march to victory. And the Nexus still can get a couple of shots. So now Clem is disengaging. He knows if he waits longer, the upgrades of Gerald are about to finish. And he is bailing out before that is about to happen. But is it still too late? Is it already over? Those Stalkers blinking behind it, killing a couple of Marines, and Gerald is forcing a couple of Marauder kills here, which is very hard for Clem, because those Marauders are actually the best way to kill Stalkers. The rest is easy food for those Colossus. Yeah. And Hickam, you're right. Those 2 base pushes into the third of the Protoss are always a problem. Like, imagine Gerald getting supply blocked once, getting Colossus late, or not having Immortals or stuff like that. You basically just wind up dead. So, in the defensive position, never engage into siege tank is rule number 1, usually. But Gerald doesn't care. He goes for it. Colossus are actually under Guardian Shield, and the Zealots doing a lot of work in this army. War Prism did save the Colossus though. But who saves the Colossus from all of those bio units? Well, good thing is, somehow Gerald kept 2 Colossus alive and killed 14 SCVs, which were pulled to block the Colossus and the Zealots in general away. So Gerald is missing out a couple of probes. Where did those went? Did he just not build them? Oh no, he lost a couple when the tank was sieged up here. Alright, I wouldn't call that an even match, to be honest. The upgrades ain't looking very good for Clem. 1-1 just finished. But he still has a decent work account and 3 murals. So if he's not really hard rushing into storms, he might be fine. Alright, every medevac counts. For example, if Clem is no longer in possess of a medevac, every stim hurts 2 times. Kinda, because you cannot out-heal your units anymore, and your units are stuck with 20 or 10 HP less. So it's easier to snipe for the enemy. And as you can see, those medevacs are already out of energy. So, missing that purple bar is a big harm for Clem. And the Toss is standing on his front door. Just two High Templars. No Ghost yet on Clem's side. But it's really hard to engage like this. What is Gerald trying to accomplish here? Getting 1 medevac? Nope. Just losing a Stalker. And that medevac being immediately repaired. But it looks like Gerald is just... He's just trying to force Clem to sit at home. He's not really engaging. He's just making room for his 4th to finish. And as a Terran, have you ever tried to engage into Storm Colossus? It's more of a bad idea. Oh wait, what is it? Big Zenith run by in the main. 10 SCVs going down. Clem already has a lot of army supply in position. But still, this is harming his income by a lot. Nice little storm. We don't have warp distance speed yet. Wow, that blink of the Stalker is preventing them from landing and killing that Disruptor. So this time the drop goes out of the main base. 5 medevacs. That's a lot of army supply. That is really... The thing is... Clem has 40 army supply more. He can do that. And he still has enough units at home to defend. But Gerald might end up losing 1 Nexus and so many units he cannot replace. Look at this. Clem just going for it. There is a recall, but the Nexus is done before the recall is through. Nobody got to the phone that fast. Just a purification over of this one lonely Disruptor is here to prevent anything from happening. 11 probes and the Nexus lost. Alright, and now it's this Mr. X game. Scotland Yard, where are those medevacs? Yeah. Good thing is Elite cannot actually shoot them. And it looks like Clem will deal additional damage to the one he already did. There is a Disruptor just waiting for him to drop Marines and Marauder on this high ground. But since those medevacs are still going, he just forced Blazer Gerald so far out of position. The Zealots are swarming in 1 by 1, so not the most efficient way to engage. And as soon as the Purification overcomes, we are out of here. Clem is on such a good game right now. His 4th base is here. The one of Gerald is being built again, even as a 5th. Alright, and this time we have a fusion core, not for battlecruisers, it's for Liberator range. And that drop is still kind of painful. Well, this time more painful for Clem, losing 1 half-full medevac right there. And this is a lot of army being committed. So, usually when you drop, it's a problem if there's... Uh-oh. Forget what I just said. This... What is... Okay, a couple of miss micros going on here and there. 4 Liberators on the map and 4 more on the way. That High Templar is looking for a nice spot to drop a storm. And that drop. It is back in the main. Just a couple of Zealots being warped in. Will not be enough to stop this, probably. Oh, maybe it will. 3 defensive upgrades are already done. On the Protoss side. 3 on Clem's side, not being finished now. But those Liberators, they totally lock out Gerald from any position he could actually engage it. And those Stalkers having a hard time sniping those Liberators as well. That drop is partly still alive. Yeah. And there will be more blood of the Protoss. Oh, even killing one of his own Liberators. Oh, that was a decent Purification over. So Clem, wow. How did he lose so many army supply within split seconds? The EMPs are hitting quite hard on those High Templars. There's no storm left. Just one Colossus is left alone. And that drop probably did kill additional 10 probes. But what happened to the army? Now we have an army advantage on Gerald's side. And he might just kill that planetary over here. What is this match, please? Gerald is leading this again. Even though he doesn't have a third attack upgrade ready. He's just killing that CC for free. And Clem doesn't have enough units in place to prevent that. He has a couple of Liberators, yes. But those Purification Novas really is zoning in out of the fight. Oh, 10 SCVs with 1 Purification Nova. It's really hard to watch this. So many High Templars are swarming in now. So what he needs is a couple of good storms. Purification Nova going into the darkness. There's nothing being hit. This one was okay. But the army of Gerald is melting as well. Why is there no storm? Wait for it. Wait for it. Doom. Oh my god. Can Gerald take us? He's desperately pushing forward, trying to storm those those Liberators. But Storm doesn't deal enough damage. Clem is stuck on 4 bases right now. Meanwhile, the 5th of Gerald is being okay. He needs more probes usually. I feel like if Gerald's macro would have been better, he would have won by now. But there's still some more time for Clem to survive. But he has 3-3 finish, but the army of Gerald is so big. The Frenchman could actually lose here. GG, well played. Capital letters. Good luck. Clem is admiring the performance of Gerald, and so we have to. Gerald is taking the second semi-final with the astonishing 3-2 versus Clem.